Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our Barcelona beta save, the final episode before the full release of FM22. But before we get started, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel to get more content like this and a lot more as the game gets released. But here we go. We are on our final day of the season. We are taking on Vigo, and it is in our hands. We can win the league for the second season running, as long as we win this game. We are on 80 points. Atletico Madrid and Valencia are just behind us on 79 and 77. And we've got a good goal difference advantage of 7 goals over Atletico Madrid. So if we win the league. It's as simple as that. So how have we got to this stage? Well, last time out, we beat Valencia 3-1. A comfortable victory there. And then from there, we conceded 1 goal in the next 6 games. Leganés 3-0. Athletic Bilbao 3-0, 4-0 against Vallecano, 3-1 against Levante, the only goal we conceded in that run. Tenerife was next with a 4-0 win, and then a 2-0 win against Alaves. And finally today is Vigo sitting in 13th place, so really it should be a win for us. We're looking good. Karim Adeyemi with banging in the goals as well, with all the other guys we've brought in as well in that January transfer window. Been rotating the squad quite nicely, keeping that fitness up as well as getting the young players plenty of game time. But there you go. This is the team we're going to stick with. 4-3-3. That's what we've been doing all season, and it's been working fantastically. Ter Stegen in goal, Dest, Araujo, Stones, and Balde at the back. De Jong, Pedri, and Nico in midfield, with Ansu Fati on the right-hand side, Musiala on the left, and Adeyemi up top. Unfortunately, Benjamin Sesko has been injured for quite a while now, so he won't be able to play in the last game of the season, even though he's been very, very good for us. What I will do is bring Harvey Elliott onto the bench for Memphis Depay. Luca Romero I have brought up to the first team because he was smashing in the goals for B team and for the under-19s. I mean, he scored on his debut and it was an absolute screamer. So you can't really say much more than that. He's been very, very good, and considering we signed him for only £3.3 million and he's valued at 21 million now, I would recommend it, certainly, because he's slipped into that side absolutely brilliantly. But let's jump into the game. Let's get started straight away. All the players looking very good. We've got a lot of green lines in the squad, so there are clearly good links and good chemistry between some of the players, so that's good to see, especially in midfield. But here we go. Like I say, we're on a massive winning run. We've only conceded 1 goal in our last 6 games, so we've been doing very, very well. Looks like Vigo haven't been doing as well as we have, so again, it's working in our favour. We're at home as well, so there's no reason why we shouldn't win today and get the trophy. The likes of Tenerife and Valladolid are relegated already, so there's no fight for them down there. But we're taking on Vigo, like I say, in today's game. It's going to be a challenge, but I think we can dominate and get the win. A good win by Musiala, wins the ball off the winger. Balde takes it off him, and Stones now comes forward slightly with it. Keeping the ball, nice and short passes, as we have done throughout this season. No real rush to go forward until there is that gap where Musiala is able to play that ball over the top to Ansu Fati. Finds him beautifully. Looks like it might have been a good challenge, but is this possibly a penalty for us? Nice and early on in the first 10 minutes. Ansu Fati could have won a penalty. Musiala's ball over the top was absolutely wonderful for him to get onto. It looked like he'd been pushed wide, so I'm unsure as to why the defender would have challenged him there. But we've won a penalty. There you go. 10 minutes in, a penalty. Araujo stepping up to take it. Our penalty taker for the season. He's scored, I believe, every one he's taken before. He's missed that one, but there you go. A cheeky little flick to get it in the goal after the save. I mean, I think that was a little unnecessary, but a goal's a goal at the end of the day. It's 1-0. He missed the initial penalty, but still having the confidence to do that little flick is quite ridiculous. But there you go. Little chop into the net, and Araujo's got his goal. 1-0 Barcelona. It's our turn to come forward again, and Nico's ball up to Adeyemi. He isn't able to win that, but Pedri latches on to the second ball, knocks it down to Ansu Fati, who loses the ball very, very easily to Gaitan. And Vigo now have the ball again. Javi Gaitan again on that Galan, I should say, not Gaitan, on that left-hand side. And they're looking to retain it now. It's their turn to try and keep hold of the ball for a little bit. Servi now looking back to Galan at left back, who's taken on the fullback, but Dest is able to cut out the pass. And now we can break. Nico receiving it inside, drives into that big open space in front of him, plays it through to Adeyemi, who's one-on-one with the keeper. Can he finish it? He does on his right foot, weaker right foot. That's his 26th goal of the season. He's absolutely banged it in when starting up top. So, a fantastic signing, I have to say. Him and Sesko have been very, very good this season. Some brilliant signings. And even Musiala coming in, the likes of Harvey Elliott and Witz as well, all coming into the team, have been brilliant. And some of the old guard will be leaving. We've got the likes of Alba, who I'm going to look to ship on at the end of the season, if we were to do another season, and Busquets as well. So, I mean, everything's set up for a very, very good future for Barcelona, even with the massive debt that they've got, which is slowly being chipped away at and being paid off. But as we go into halftime, they haven't had a single shot the entire game, haven't created a single chance, and it's 2-0. The domination is absolutely brilliant. It's kind of old school Barca with the style that we're implementing here. What we'll do is we'll take Ansu Fati off and we'll chuck Luca Romero on. Why not? We're dominating so well. It's good to get the player some game time. We'll show him off to you, see if he can do anything. They have had a shot though. Is that a sign of things to come? I don't think so. I think we'll be confident here. Ball through to Adeyemi, who's never going to reach that. It's way too strong a pass. And Ruben Blanco picks that up in goal. It's a long ball forward. Are we able to latch onto that? We do. Dest comfortably gets hold of it and starts to move forward again. Pedri looking to just retain the ball, waiting for that opening, as we have done all season. Again, it's just that retention that we've got. There's no pressure on the defenders really, and it means that we're able to slowly just play it around them, play it around the midfield, play it around the strikers, and get at the defence when needed. Dest into De Jong, here we go, into Adeyemi, who turns, plays it through to Nico, who's into Musiala, into Luca, who through to Nico, who's not quite able to get a shot away, but lays it back to Pedri, and what a block that is. That is a hell of a block. I mean, the movement was beautiful. That football was wonderful to watch. But, oh, what a block. What a goal-saving block that was. But it's our corner, short corner played. It looks like Pedri was offside when it was laid back to him. So nothing's going to come of that. But we're only an hour in. But there's could be plenty more goals to be had for us here. 10 minutes to go, and it's Vigo trying to play out from the back. A long ball forward, it's cut out by Stones, and now we're going forward again. De Jong looks for a switch out to Balde on the overlap, who's ball into Musiala. He's through, he shoots, it is saved and cleared by Vigo, but again, we are so dominant. They try playing it out, they have to go long, and then we're able to win that ball back and push forward again. It's a corner in added time now. It's right at the death of the game, laid back to Musiala, who knocks it back to Luca. Luca Romero, ooh, just wide off the post. It was a good effort from him, but not quite able to get that finish as well as he did previously for us. But there you go, 2-0, and we've won the league. A fantastic league win. 2 league seasons and 2 winning league seasons. So I have to say it's been quite successful, especially in comparison to a previous save in the beta that didn't quite go to plan. But there you go. What a way to kind of end the beta and start the new series in the full game. Remember, we have got the Easily Save coming up and the Jose Mourinho Challenge, along with 10 years on, where we'll be taking a look at a few players 10 years in the future and how they get on and if they're worth signing, really. But so make sure you hit in the comments of this video as well any ideas for any players you want to see, and I'll be able to get that all done and have a look at ready for the full release. But we still got to take a look at our season review, and then we will end things. But let's jump to the season review. So here we are. End of season review. Time to take a look back at the season and how we got on and some of the transfers and all that sort of thing. So we did bring in a lot of players this season. So it was kind of a development season, which is a bit odd for one that we were going to finish on. But we can see that Karim Adeyemi was brought in for 19 million. Fantastic signing. 26 goals and 42 appearances. Not bad at all. Calvin Ramsey as well. He was out on loan at Aberdeen still, but very, very good. Jamal Musiala, another player who's very, very good. £145 million we spent on him. So a lot of money was spent. But I think long-term investment-wise, not too bad. Benjamin Sesko, 16 million, absolute bargain. 23 goals and 25 starts is ridiculous. Ilya Zabarnyi is the standout, apparently, but I mean, he was very good. £40 million, though, for a centre-back. Emery Demir was someone who was already coming in. Not a bad signing, I guess, for 1.7 million. Luca Romero, who I think was absolutely brilliant signing. I think he's going to be fantastic. Florian Wirtz, another signing for 159 million. A lot of money for the German. Then there's Badara Kamara, who started the season a lot with the first team and then dropped into the B team a little later on. But he'll likely be promoted again with Alba going. And then Harvey Elliott as well, 58 million to Liverpool for him. Transfers out, we see Francisco Trincao was sold to Roma, Neto to Shakhtar, Griezmann to Liverpool, Aguero to Zenit, Coutinho to Arsenal, Wage to Lyon, Lucas de Vega to Huesca, Casado, Munoz, Pjanic. You've just got Badera there and Coca. Lots of players sold to try and relieve some of the wage budget, especially with those later signings. And then Dembele might even be leaving permanently to Porto at the end of the season as well, following that loan. But yeah, a win in the league, absolutely fantastic. 93% average attendance. Karim Adeyemi with the top goal scorer. Board are very pleased. Champions League, boards are delighted as well. We did manage to reach the quarterfinals. Would have been nice to get to the semis, but to be fair, it could have been worse. We've done very well there, I think. Spanish Cup, another one where we got to the semi-finals, but unfortunately lost to Real Madrid there. Could have been a very different story. But the Spanish Cup, we did manage to win, beating Real Madrid on penalties in the final that you guys saw. Moments to remember, a 7-0 win against Mallorca, a 5-2 win in the match to remember against Atalanta, which was a very good match. And then goal of the season goes to Depay against Sevilla. But there you go. Sponsorships have gone up. Broadcast revenue's gone up. Lots of money coming in. Pedri was the biggest shirt sale. Ansu Fati, Musiala, Adeyemi and Memphis all there as well. Musiala only coming in halfway through the season. So that's a big sign of how well he did since coming in. Interesting to see Harvey Elliott in the Barcelona best 11 for the season, considering he's only played 7 starts and 11 and only got 1 goal. I mean, I'd have just put Musiala in there. Bit of a weird one. But rest of the team, I can't really argue with. Stegen in goal, Dest, Stones, Araujo, Balde, De Jong, Nico and Pedri in the middle. Fati on the left, Adeyemi up top. Pop Adeyemi on the right and Sesko up top. Then I'd probably agree with that. Bit weird that Harvey Elliott's in there. Otherwise, Manager of the Year and Manager of the Month of February, which is very nice. Fans Player of the Season was John Stones. Interesting one. Young player, Karim Adeyemi. Signing was Zabarnyi. Goal of the season, Memphis Depay. Top goal scorer, Adeyemi. Most assists, Pedri, with 16. That's plenty of assists there for him. And then there you go. We can see there 2 trophies, Spanish First Division and Spanish Super Cup. But that's where we'll leave it. Hope you have enjoyed the Barcelona beta. I have, certainly, especially after a dodgy start with Southampton. But make sure you are subscribed to the channel, ready for the new saves coming out when the full game releases, and all the extra little bits and bobs we'll be getting on as well. Like I said before, make sure you let me know any players that you think of that you'd like to see in 10 years' time, and I'll be able to make sure I get them done as well, and we'll be able to take a look at how they've got on. But like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one.